Kgomotoso and Vincent, I want to give you guys a big, big welcome. We are absolutely delighted to have the two of you have meet with me as part of the Australia, New Zealand, South African Film Festival 2025. And we are absolutely thrilled that your amazing, short but powerful film, Shap, is part of the festival this year. And congratulations, gentlemen. Your film is getting noted abroad, and I believe it's made it into the New York African Film Festival. So well done.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank you very much.
and I know that Vincent is officially the DOP and Kgomotoso is officially the director, but I feel as though you guys, and we'll explore this in the interview, were kind of like almost like a co-direction team by the sounds of it. And you had a very unusual filmmaking process, which I can't wait for you guys to tell us all about it. Now, this will be part of the bonus content as part of the festival that people get to view, as well as seeing all the films. So there's an amazing program of shorts and features and documentaries. And what I love about Shap is for me, I feel as though it sits between all of them. I found it an incredible, powerful film. It was short, but it was incredibly rich. And I really, Kgomotoso, you are a poet. I found your script was so poetic,
Yeah.
so, your some of your one-liners that came out, like I had to freeze frame, think about them. I thought, my goodness, this is like listening to a poet and a philosopher. And then Vincent, your imagery, your shots. I mean, I love
Shout out Vince.
photography. I mean,
Yeah,
Vincent,
Vince.
your photography was extraordinary, and the continuity that you guys had between drone shots and on the ground. So, from a visual point of view, from a script point of view, from a story point of view, I think Shap just knocks it right out the park. So, I really want to give you an absolute amazing kudos for that. So, now,
Thank
now,
you very
Kgomotoso,
much.
is this my pleasure? So, Kgomotoso, is this film autobiographical?
Yeah. It's a story of yeah, like being like growing up in a village and you find that like the villages are they have like some of the most talented people in the world, but they never get like a spotlight. So with Shop was more like, damn, you left the village and then maybe it's time to, you see different things to like your community in a way that you could shed a light on it because almost all the people that acted on the like shop they all family related like they all my cousins. Me and Vince, we made things happen. We didn't have a team like it was just me, Vince, my mom, Spa, Vince's brother, Danny, my brother, he was, and just like all of us like connecting together while, on this side, like sometimes we'll call each other 3 a.m. and yeah, so it's a very like a personal story. So I had to find the right people to work with that like really knows the story and they feel like they can contribute to our story. It's not my story, but it's all our story.
That's a beautiful line, actually. And you've exact. I love what you just said because actually that was one of my questions. It is your story, but it is our story. And yeah, I think you're right. It's a story of so many people, would it not be?
Yeah, yeah, I would say that the thing about in like when you more especially from the villages like the I would say that like I'm still trying because English sometimes goes away and stuff, so I have to like regroup, get my words together. But I think with Shop, it was more of yes, we can, like we can be able to uh tell like those beautiful uniting story that the people in the village will be proud of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
yeah. I
that.
don't know what Vince's take. Vince will have
What,
some good stuff to say.
what,
Yeah.
yeah, tell us what you think in terms of what the story meant, what it represents. Do you feel like it represents stories of many people in a similar situation from looking for what I loved was, the story of survival, strength, belonging, and you had
Absolutely.
resilience and hope and all of those things. So, do you find, yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Vincent?
Yeah, absolutely. Because as Kgomotoso said, that there's so many stories that uh, from different villages all across the continent that deserve to be told. And Shap Shap is just one of the stories that resonate with a lot of people within the continent. I mean, Kgomoto's story is one of a million stories around, and it was quite interesting or challenging for us to put it together because, as you know, making an independent film comes in with a lot of challenges. So, Sharp Sharp is a story. It's the kind of film that I would like to reach as many people in the, especially in the communities around where I am from, so that they can be inspired to see that the world is bigger than how they sometimes imagine. So Sharp Sharp is more about someone who's able to dream bigger than the place that they.
Wonderful. Yes, I'm just looking at my notes here. Exactly. And I love that, and you had some amazing quotes. I love that one. And I've written a whole page here is that, you stand a chance when you dare to dream. And I love that,
Yeah.
it's the dare to dream. And this young boy that has such a larger feeling of life and he knows it's out there and he goes on this quest to find it and the challenges that he has along the way. So that's beautiful. So now did you direct this film entire Kgomotoso from being in Australia? Did you ever go to South Africa for any part of the shooting?
No, me and Vince were always on the phone together. Yeah, this guy, we spent a lot of time together, annoying each other, like wanting different things. Yeah, oh, man, I need this. Man, like, damn, it will take me 2 days to get it done. Yo, bro, like, I really need it. Like, so yeah, it was a friendly war. Like that was the most friendliest war I've ever seen. That we were trying to work together and also like yeah, this is what I think we want this. And then Vince is like, well, I see it this way, and we find a way to make it work. Like he's saying, our situation is not perfect. So we're not from perfect surroundings. So we can't do like a perfect film, like it's not in our genes to be able to achieve, like energy wise, like when someone gives it a chance, they'll feel the same energy as looking at a multi-billion made film, because like the whole energy we put in that film and the emotions was just like sometimes we have to be accountable for ourselves like as Africans as well, like like the film is just about like us as Africans speaking to each other in a way that like there's positions in like for like more especially the villages, because everything like every black person in Africa, they have every trace of a village, so let's not neglect the villages and like put the villages in conversations that matters the most, like let's not speak about the villages when we say we were born there, but like we need to speak about the villages, like the triumphs of the villages and like the tribulations of the villages, like how many people left the villages because Johannesburg had better opportunities, but like some people left villages in different like mindset, like
Yeah. What you just said, Kgomotoso, was great. I remember that when you said that, you said my questions were not welcome. And I thought that was such a powerful line. Here you are being so-called embraced into a Jehovah's, sort of circle. And it was interesting. And obviously you were so young and you're questioning everything, society, places, your place in it. And I thought that was, as I said, you got some beautiful lines. So thank you, Vincent. You were just telling us the challenges of making this.
yeah.
And like you said, how did the two of you bringing this vision together in different places was absolutely extraordinary. From your locations are authentic. You've mentioned your crew. A lot of them were family and friends. So the authenticity in this film is fantastic. And so besides the time challenges that you guys had to sort of communicate, exchange, explain, and you're not even on location to do recce's. So how did poor Vincent have to go into all the recce's?
Well, some of the places, as the first time when Kgomotoso gave me the script, some of the places is places that I've been to, so I could already imagine. As soon as I read the script, I could already imagine the places that would suit the film, because we wanted the most authentic villages that we can find, the ones that are still not doesn't have a lot of like modern infrastructure and stuff like that, so that we can really communicate the whole idea of him traveling from this remote village to come to Johannesburg. As you might know, maybe that Johannesburg is almost like the Mecca of Africa. I would say that most people come down here to come in for a better life and stuff like that. So having to find that village and to
And
juxtapose it with
yes,
the life in Johannesburg really was the whole for me. That was what I really wanted to communicate. You know, to
yes,
show you that from him coming from a school that was literally like one room. I mean, I couldn't believe it either that that's a whole school which is like a room, you know, just full of kids. To
yeah.
him coming down to Joburg, and to him as a as in real time for Kgomotoso also to be where he is right now, coming from those kinds of environment, it's really inspirational for us here back at home too.
It was great, yeah. And I love that way you said, Joburg is the city of contradictions, of which I would imagine all big cities can be. From someone coming from a small community, it can be a city. There's some tough challenges in a big city. So the thing that so you mentioned the some of the challenges of the production. Now, Kgomotoso, tell us a little bit more about what role your mother had in this film.
Oh, so my mom had to go back to like the OG village, like the like you know like the like my great like grandmother's village, and he had to go with Vince, and they had to ask for permission from the chief, and yeah, Vince was like, man, it's too much. Like it's not really like because he had to go. It's far. It's like 2 hours drive, and then you still have to ask for
Yeah,
permission, and then you have to come back
and
again.
especially that
So my mom had to be like sort of like
A mediator,
the yeah the patient.
negotiator.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. She had to be patient. She went there like 3 times. Vince went once and he's like, I'm done. I'm not doing. Let me know when I need to go shoot, and then I'm done. So yeah, it was tough because
That's
you need
fantastic.
permission. Yeah, you need like a permission from the chief and stuff. So we
So
had to
mum
get
was
that.
a bit like an executive producer, was she on this one?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was. Yeah, yeah, she was. Yeah, she was the one.
Oh, that's brilliant. And what are what sort of messages are you hoping that people take away from this film when they watch it? What is it something that you because it's really it's a very I find it a beautifully poetic, as I said, from its imagery, from the script, and from the storyline. What are you hoping that people will take away from this film or feel?
Um, well, I'd like people to, anyone, I think the people that are like feeling hopeless at the moment, or whenever they get to see the film, that to see that even if you're going through a lot of things, you shouldn't feel like it's the end of the world. There's always some sort of way to come out of any dark like situation, you know. So I hope it just shares a light and inspires and motivates people to do better, you know, and
Oh, that's
to
great.
not give up at all. Yeah.
What about you, Kmoto?
I feel like most people, first of all, they'll see themselves in the film. So like most people who went through like hardships, they're gonna see them and like be happy that they went through like like not be happy that you went through like a lot, but be grateful of where you are,
Yes,
and always like just be patient with yourself.
yes,
Like a lot of stuff happens when it's time. You can't force a lot of stuff. That's where like we get like our so like we just have to really really like let it be, and like always be a bit positive. A lot of great things, and if you do well, like you wish people well, like a lot of great things happen. They might not happen today or tomorrow, but like if you really really you genuine, like you try hard like for yourself, you will see like like no one ever sees their seeds when they germinate, but as soon as they hit they blossom. Everyone like wants to have a taste of that. So like like I think that when people look at the strength of like of what they can do, like a lot of people, we don't think we can do a lot, but I think we have already done a lot. It's just that like
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
being like people like Vince has done a lot, like, but it's just that him being where he is in Africa, and like if he was in New York, like like Vince will be like one of the best cinematographers, because just because they don't know Vince, it doesn't mean that Vince doesn't have value, like
Yes.
yeah,
I
like
like that.
the time will come there, like the film stuff for us Africans, it's like going abroad and doing stuff like this, it's new, and I think we there, like by energy, like I said, energy wise, we all there, and we'll reach it together.
You will. And I am delighted, and I really believe that this film will do that. And that's what we're really excited about the South African Film Festival doing this, because I think the quality of your film is just beautiful. And I find it extraordinary that the two of you have, and I say the two of you, I know, Kgomotoso, you are the director and the writer of it. And Vince, as I said, your shots, I think, are just stunning. And one of my favorite scenes is when you had that drone shot over the countryside, and then it matches up Muzi, who's busy on the side of the road, he's going to travel on. And the continuity and that sort of aerial shot was just beautiful. So
Yeah.
I really, really love the quality and the lighting of it. It was fantastic. And absolutely brilliant for doing this on such a kind of an indie basis with so much authenticity to it is really, really fantastic. And guys, I'm really hoping that your film really just stuns everybody on this film festival across Australia and New Zealand.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's what we hope for too. Thank you for having us.
And anybody watching this, please make sure you do subscribe to the Australian and New Zealand South African Film Festival newsletter. Make sure you watch all the films. Make sure you watch Shap, and also keep an eye out for all the bonus content that Vincent and Kgomotoso are going to be producing. And we're going to be producing some shout outs, and I'll send you some information on that as well. And we can't wait to have audiences enjoy your film. So thank you so much again for your time. And here's a lot of success to Shap and to the two of you and to your lovely crew.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And yeah, shout out Vince, shout out everyone back home.
Shout out everyone. Yeah, boy. Cheers.